Special Statement. Festivals of Christian deaths in Nigeria, 100 killed in April and 750 to 800 in 4 months of 2019. Inter-Society. Nigeria, May 1, 2019. Festivals of Christian deaths have enveloped Nigeria, leading to rampancy of burial carnivals on weekly basis across the country, especially in north-central and northeast regions and southern Kaduna, part of the northwest region. In the latest round of anti-Christian butcheries by Fulani Islamic militias of the Mayatai Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Magaban, Anambra State in the southeast and Delta State in the south are not spared. In Enugu State, southeast Nigeria, 2 prominent citizens, a Catholic priest and a university lecturer, were also abducted and gruesomely murdered in March 2019 by the same jihadist Fulani militias. By recent independent reports, Anambra East and Anambra West Council areas of Anambra State are presently under siege by Fulani Islamic militias, who now carry out series of abductions, including abduction for ransom, abduction of young women for rape, killing of their captives in custody, and unchecked encroachment on indigenous Christian communal lands for religious reasons. In all these, none, not even a single culprit, till date, has been arrested, investigated, and put on trial or even convicted and jailed by the central government of Nigeria. Inter-Society is strictly focusing its latest statement on killings arising from religious, Christian, persecution, or those being massacred on grounds of their Christian faith or belief, especially the unarmed and defenseless, particularly women, children, and the elderly. All forms of killings outside the law in Nigeria are strongly condemned, but more condemned are the killing of citizens who are non-violently exercising their constitutionally guaranteed religious freedoms, and the silence, inaction, and conspiracy of the present central government of Nigeria headed by Mr. Muhammadu Buhari. It must be stated clearly that the Mayatai Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Magaban, Nigeria's version of the Sudanese Janjaweed or Genocidal Camel/Cattle Herders Group, has remained a registered organization with the federal government of Nigeria till date, despite its midwifery, condoning and open support for its slaves' jihadist and terrorist activities. Magaban also have Mr. Muhammadu Buhari as its lifetime patron. Totality of these has emboldened the group and escalated its jihadist activities, which have risen alarmingly since June 2015, a month after Mr. Buhari became the president of Nigeria. The jihadist group is solely responsible for not less than 6,000 Christian deaths and burning or destruction of over 1,000 churches between June 2015 and December 2018. In 2018 alone, it massacred not less than 2,400 Christians and destroyed hundreds of churches. In the just past 4 months of 2019, Jan-April, the jihadist group had butchered 550 to 600 Christians, with hundreds of homes and dozens of churches torched or destroyed. The persecution of Christians in Nigeria is both state actor and non-state actor perpetrated. The present central government of Nigeria accounts for not less than 980 Christian deaths since August 2015, killed for their religious and ethnicity belief and affiliation. Government of Nigeria is also widely believed and accused of aiding, abetting, or condoning non-state actor Christian persecutors, i.e. jihadist Fulani militias, and their atrocities. The government further downplays, trivializes, and stigmatizes the pure Christian genocide as herders-farmers clashes, and stops at nothing in censoring and gagging media reports of the butcheries. Statistically, not less than 100 Christians lost their lives in Nigeria in April 2019 in the hands of Fulani jihadists or Islamic militias. Hundreds were also injured, with scores at their terminal life stages, if not already died of injuries. In the past 4 months of 2019, Jan-April, a total of 750 to 800 Christians have been targeted and killed by Nigeria's mainstream anti-Christian jihadist armed groups, out of which, Fulani Islamic militias of the Magaban are responsible for 550 to 600, while Boko Haram and ISWAP Islamic terrorists account for remaining 200 or more. The latest round of anti-Christian killings or massacres in the country not only translates to monthly average of 180 to 200 in the past 4 months, with daily average of 6 to 7 Christian deaths, but the killings are steadily creeping towards the southern part of Nigeria, particularly the southeast and south-south, capable of igniting holy war and intertribal cleansing. For more information on our recent publications concerning the killing of Nigerian Christians, please visit our website, www.intersocietyng.org, and see our advocacy news under Mass Media. From emerging additional independent statistics, it has been further found that the actual number of Christians killed by Fulani Islamic militias, alone, in the past 4 months of 2019 could be as much as 600. The additional statistics included the March 4, 2019 killing of 23 Christians and infliction of life-threatening injuries on several others in an attack launched by Fulani Islamic militias of Mahaban on Agagbi community in Gwar local government area of Benue State, and reports by some Christian local council chairman in Taraba State that 67 Christians were abducted by Fulani herdsmen, with several of them killed between November 2018 and March 2019 in Lao, Jalingo, Donga, and Tikam local government areas of Taraba State. It is statistically safe to conclude, therefore, that between 40 and 50 slain Christian abductees were abducted unreported in Taraba State between Jan and March 2019. On the other hand, the Boko Haram and its anti-Christian insurgency partner, the Islamic State in West Africa Province, ISWAP, are strongly believed to have targeted and killed 200 Christians or more in Nigeria in the past 4 months of 2019. In one of its cruelest attacks against Christians, their homes, and churches in Nigeria, Boko Haram insurgents on March 18, 2019, launched attacks on a Christian-majority town of Mishika in Adamawa State, inhabited by more than 370,000 mostly Christians, killing dozens of them, injuring several others and torching their homes and churches. The same Boko Haram terrorists returned to the village of Kudakaya in Madagali town/local council area, near Mishika in the same Adamawa on Monday, April 29, 2019, killing 26 Christians including women and children. Intersociety had in its statement of 31 St. March 2019 disclosed, statistically, that not less than 425 Christians including 130 Christian children lost their lives to jihadist Fulani militias between the eve of Jan and March 31, 2019. With emerging additional statistics highlighted above, the number of Christians massacred by jihadist Fulani militias between Jan and March 2019 now stands at 450 to 500. The number increases to 750 to 800 since Jan or past 4 months of 2019, when added to 100 killed by the same jihadists in April and 200 others or more strongly believed to have been killed by the duo of Boko Haram and ISWAP insurgents since January 2019. The link to our statement of March 31, 2019 is here, intersocietyng.org web link. International condemnation of Nigerian government's silence, conspiracy and inaction. By the account of Nathan Johnson, International Christian Concerns Regional Manager for Africa, who recently visited some anti-Christian killing fields in northern Nigeria, the Nigerian government and the mainstream media have downplayed the fact that radical Muslims are slaughtering Christians in their communities in Nigeria. They would much rather describe the crisis as a clash between two ethnic or socio-economic communities who are killing each other, even though nearly, more than, 80% of the casualties are Christians. The Christians I met during my recent trip to Nigeria, who had suffered from both the Fulani and Boko Haram, are hoping that others around the world are concerned about and praying for them. Many lack food, water, and shelter, because they have been driven off their lands and into cities where they cannot farm or find work. Hundreds of thousands of Christian children across the country are unable to go to school because their parents cannot afford it, do not have access to it, or fear that their children could be attacked or abducted on their way to or in the classroom. Source: www.gatestoneinstitute.org web link, April 21, 2019. According to Raymond Ibrahim in 2018, the Middle East expert and author of Crucified Again and the Al-Qaeda Reader, who also writes on current events in the Middle East, Islam, and Christianity, quoted by Ozay Bulut, a Turkish journalist and distinguished senior fellow at the Gatestone Institute. The Nigerian government and the international community have from the start done little to address the situation. This lack of participation is not surprising. They cannot even acknowledge its roots, namely, the intolerant ideology of jihad. As a result, the death toll of Christians has only risen and will likely continue to grow exponentially until such time that this reality is not only acknowledged but addressed. By recent resolutions of the over 500 Christian groups in Nigeria under the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, contained in their communiqué entitled The Kin President, a Kingdom Persona Non Grata. You are not welcome here, issued in Abuja on Friday, April 18, 2019 and signed by the President, Arewa Christians and Indigenous Pastors Association, ASIPA, Reverend Luke Chihua, President, Coalition of Christians Groups for Good Governance, Nigeria and Diaspora, COCOG, Ingrid Daniel Kadze, President, Patriotic Christian Youths of Nigeria, PCYN, Evangelist Timothy Nasso, Spokesperson, Arise Christian Network, Pastor Joseph Zephaniah and President, Christian Youths Integrity Group, Godwin Yulpinya. The Nigerian Christians and their churches have, today, witnessed the highest number of Christian population living in internally displaced persons, IDPs, camps across northern Nigeria. See more here, dailypost.ng web link, see. Statistics and sources of 100 Christian deaths in April. No fewer than 5 people were killed by suspected Fulani herdsmen in the Logo local government area of Benue State. According to a community leader in the council area, Anawa Joseph, the suspected herdsmen invaded Mondo village, Yakanburg Yagambati F Council Ward of Logo LGA about 11 p.m. on April 3, 2019. The local, who simply identified himself as Tariila, gave the names of the victims to include Torkog Ben, Selina Tofershima, Ialaga Tofershima, Santer Tofershima, and Torka Tofershima, all Christians. Source, Ilamba Reports, April 4, 2019. Suspected herdsmen on Saturday, March 4, 2019, killed 16 people, later rose to 23, and inflicted life-threatening injuries on several others in an attack on a Gagbi community in Gwar local government area of Benue State. Source, This Day newspaper, March 4, 2019. Muslim Fulani herdsmen killed 17 Christians who had gathered after a baby dedication at a church in central Nigeria, including the mother of the child, sources said. Safaratu John Kabiru Ali, the mother of the baby, was slain in the attack on Sunday, April 14, 2019 in Kanchanuma village, Akwanga in Nasarawa State, which also took the lives of people ranging in age from 10 to 80. The baby's father, John Kabiru Ali, was shot and is in critical condition. The attack took place at about 7 p.m. as Christians in the predominantly Christian community gathered to eat after the child was dedicated that morning at the Ruhaniya Baptist Church in the village. The massacred Christians were buried on Wednesday, April 17, after a funeral service at the Baptist Church. A resident of Akwanga town who lost relatives in the shooting, Jacob Tansey, told Morning Star News that 17 Christians were killed, including 10 members of the Ruhaniya Baptist Church, 5 members of Evangelical Reformed Church of Christ, ERCC, 1 member of the Evangelical Church Winning All, ECWA, and a musician playing for guests.
Good day. This bad news that keep on popping up from Nigeria is now unbearable. Now, to the listeners, you will now figure out that the target that these guys, so-called Islamic or terrorists or Boko Haram or herdsmen, all of them are targeting only the Christians. Then yeah, what I'm seeing here is like they want to wipe out. So those killed as this Ali Nkene, he said that 80 people go the Kako. It's like a village. 13 was killed in Afikiki, Kako. 10, they want to wipe out the Christian people. And this donation that we are seeking for, we are demanding that people should support Middle African television. I believe that for us not to be racist or to behave as if other lives in Nigeria doesn't matter, all lives matters now, because this is Middle African TV. You know, I need to correct my words that I used before, that the issue of human rights got to focus only the eastern part of the nation. It shouldn't be that way, because they are wiping out gradually the entire Christendom in Nigeria. And the thing that have not pushed this issue now into war is because they have not entered the southeast part of Nigeria. Because when they kill anybody in southern part of Nigeria, southeast, it will turn to Christian and Muslim full out blow war, because that area doesn't play around. All the areas been mentioned to come over to this place and air their view. You know, they should join to air their view. I don't know what is going on. My video is also redirect people to come over to Middle African TV, join the program and be part of it. And I would love to interview some people from the northern part of Nigeria, because they need to air their view, tell us what is going on. You know, somebody need to bring this news out. Somebody need to air it. You know, and as one country as we are now, we should be our brother's keeper. I know most of our people will be annoyed that all the killings that have been going on in the eastern part, that nobody is talking about it. But you know, we are different. We, the eastern part of the nation, we cry for all. We never fight for only for ourselves. We fight for the entire Nigeria. You know. So now the Christians in the northern parts are crying. We should back them up. We should be with them. And those coming across this video, those watching this video, you should, if you have contact with northerners, mostly Christians, those that come from those areas that are complaining, tell them to contact us. Thank you. God bless you, and bye-bye for now.